Hi, my name is Richmond Go, and today I'm going to be explaining why we need to use UML diagrams. So, we use UML diagrams because it's more clear cut and precise, easier for anyone outside of our system to read and to understand. If you have like five other team members, then they will also be easier to understand. So, what systems will use the UML diagrams, you may ask? So systems like database design, game development, or even web development will use these UML diagrams to further simplify the process of developing your system. Whether you're building an app, coding an interactive game, or just building the back end of your web development of your web page, it will be easier to visualize using the UML diagram. So let's say you're collaborating with five other people on the same system. UML diagrams also help with better teamwork and better understanding so you guys can work on the system flawlessly without confusion. I am sure my partner here, Yamchify, will further explain what UML stands for and the examples of different types of UML diagrams that you can use in your system. So over to you, Yamchify.
My name is Yang Chi student ID 12212022454, and my teammate Richmond Girl Hanju, student ID 12212011616. And today I will be presenting an introduction to UML diagrams. So UML stands for Unified Modeling Language, which is a standardized visual language used to model design and document software system. It provides developers, designers, and stakeholders with a common way to visualize and communicate the structural process and behavior of a system. In software development, a clear communication is critical, and UML helps bridge the gap between technical and non-technical teams, ensuring that everyone understands how the system works and evolves. So the objective of this presentation is to give you a clear overview of UML diagrams and their role in designing system and demonstrate their application uh, in commonly used software development models. So by understanding the UML diagram, you will see how they will help simplify complex system and workflow, enhance decision making, and support collaboration among team members. This is very important when working on a large, complicated project where precise planning and designs are necessary for success. So, to dive deeper, let's move on to methodology. So, UML diagram can be broadly categorized into two main types. So, there is structural and behavior types. So structure diagram focuses more on the static aspect of a system, such as its component, classes, attributes, and relationship. They show how the system is organized and how its parts interact with each other. So the other one, the behavior diagram, focuses more on the dynamic aspect of a system, such as processes, workflow, state change, and interaction over time. By using these two types, the developers can get a complete understanding of how a system is structured and how it behaves under different conditions. To further strengthen this, the UML diagrams are often compared across key softwares, development models like Waterfall, Agile, and Spiral to demonstrate their flexibility and adaptability in real-life scenarios. We will get into details for that later. So let's look at a few examples now. So the first example we have is the activity diagram. So it shows the step-by-step workflow of a process. For example, imagine a task like writing a research paper. An activity diagram will illustrate steps such as selecting a title, researching the topic, dividing the task, and preparing the final report. So it highlights the decision points, such as choosing between two different research topics and parallel activities, such as two team members working on a different section simultaneously at the same time. So this makes activity diagram ideal for visualizing workflow and decision making process. So the second one is the class diagram, which focuses on the system. It uses classes, attributes, and relationship to describe how the system's components are organized. So we have a example here, the car system. So a car class might include attributes such as displacement and transmission type. It also could have subclass to represent different drive types such as front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, and all wheel drive. So by visualizing the relationship and properties of the classes, developers can design the system in a more modular and organized way. So the last example we have is the state machine diagram. So it illustrates the life cycle of an object of or process and its state transition. So, for example, in the order management system, the life cycle of an order might include states such as order placed, payment confirmed, inventory checks, and order shipped. So this transition between the states depend on the conditions such as either successful payment or inventory available. So this makes state machine diagram useful more for modeling the system where objects go through multiple states, such as ordering process, manufacturing, or project workflow. So move on to the analysis. So the UML diagrams are very powerful tools to bridge the gap between abstract ideas and technical implementations. So they help team visualize workflow system and processes to make it easier to identify the problems early in the design phase. The UML diagram also fits well with different software development models. For example, the waterfall model. It is best for linear projects with clear requirements. And then the agile model. It is ideal for iterative, dynamic projects and require constant update. So, and the next last one is the spiral model. So it balances the risk analysis and the iterative development. So in conclusion, the UML diagrams and software development models play a very vital role in software development by enabling better planning, communications, and decision making. Whether you are designing a system, analyzing workflow, or identifying areas for improvement, UML diagrams simplify complex concept and make it easier to understand. So this helps us to reduce errors and optimize the system design to make sure a better successful project outcome. Thank you.